Go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, let me just fucking take care of this monster zoo. There you go, die. Get out of here. You don't even do damage. Because I resist all of your attacks. There we go, get out of here. So the blood MP here, absolutely sane, or insane actually. Because it basically allows me to yeah. Oh, the monster zoo is 2 parts here. That's a weird thing that sometimes happens. Anyway. Yeah, the blood MP allows me to just keep using this attack, even though it's pretty mana intensive, because I just get more, I end up with more mana than I started with whenever I use it in a monster zoo. It's so good. There we go, call the storm a bit more. Call the storm a bit more, why don't you? Increase my health thingamajigs. Get out of here. Yeah, I'll call the storm. Another level up. It's so good. So, this is so silly. Okay, so now I've earned all the glyphs. The last one is the glyph of the Eye of Ra, which I'm not 100% sure what it does, but what I think it does is it adds fire damage to all my attacks. Oh, that's not good. I think it. I'm sorry. I was checking whether I was dying or not. But it adds fire damage to all my attacks. It makes all my attacks go in a full circle instead of just a thing. It also does extra holy damage, and it adds it to all my attacks, not just my physical ones. Which means if I use Eye of the Storm, there we go. They're all on fire now. This is so cool. I love this skill tree because it's one of the this is I think one of my favorite ones because it makes you feel so strong after you're done with it. It's just so good. I'm not gonna use this. This is probably, I think that's the first time I'm gonna use it. There we go. I'm gonna ship this thing off to the warehouse and get a bunch of XP back for it. So yeah. This is good. I like this. This is nice. Although now I have to start worrying about what level my MP is at, because adding the Eye of Ra makes this makes this really HP intensive, and my regen is starting, or like the upkeep cost is starting to get higher than the regen, which means I have to be really careful now with what I'm doing with my MP, just so I can keep using the glyphs I have active. There we go. Oh, huh. I can also start using, apparently, I can start using spells on items that are on bridges. Don't really feel like going upstairs to get the other thing back. Here you see me attacking in a full circle. This goes for every attack, including counter attacks. Whenever I attack, I do damage to the guys. It's so good. I love the thing. I've become this engine of death and destruction. It's awesome. Let me just call about a sandstorm. I'll call a sandstorm. Yeah, let's do a sandstorm. Clear the entire fucking room. It's so good. I'm so happy, you guys. If this build doesn't end up getting me all the way down, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Just because I think Egyptian magic is one of the coolest things. Just, it's so good. So I just found an elvish ingot grinder. This is a weird item. It allows me to, well, it's not necessarily weird, but it allows me to grind items down to powders. And I don't, there are uses for it, because you're gonna have items that you don't really want for crafting purposes and such. But like all these things, if it's not for crafting, all these things are more effective before you grind them down. Like a weapon and such is more useful than aluminium powder if you're not using it. I guess you could just do the thing. I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to have to me. Anyway, let me tap it up. So this is also where the blood mana becomes more important. There we go, kick down the door. Just so I can, it becomes even more important, just so I can maintain all these things I have going. Anyway, let's keep exploring. Find a thing. I hope I can show you like more floors down. Ooh, more floors down. Just because this build is so cool to me. He's pleased. Good. Gives me extra poison damage and gives me extra dodge chance. This is very good. But, yeah, I hope I can go further down, because I really like this game, which is probably why I keep playing it even though I died last time. Usually I don't do that with this kind of game, because I've never actually gone to, like, I've never gone below floor 11, and again on floor 11 I died because of my own mistakes. I didn't play, that was on my like juggernaut-ish build, and I wasn't careful enough, which at one point where I should have been, and that caused me to die, which sucked. I didn't play the game for a while after that. I just basically knee-jerked it. Oh, okay, sure. I had a knee-jerk reaction which made me not want to play the game anymore. But I want to show... Oh, fuck, didn't pay attention. I was talking. But I want to show you more of this game, because it is awesome. It's also really cheap. I think it's like I think it's 12 euros for the game with all the DLC packets, which in my eyes is very, very, very worth it. Like, really worth it. Because there is a shit ton of content in this game, like a whole lot of content, and no one's heard of this game, which makes me really sad. Out of desperation, I gave it to one of my cousins, because I wanted him to play the game, and he was like, I don't know this game, so I bought it for him with all the DLC as well. Just because I was like, oh, I want people to play this game, so I might, yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. We'll get to that point when we get there. Anyway, but I just want people to like be able to enjoy this game for what it is. It's very dumb, but it is. I think it's very skill intensive, because the way you build your character isn't always the most intuitive, because you have certain skills that work together that you might, oh, that's a very good displacement, that might not make sense, like how I used unarmed. It doesn't make sense for this kind of build to use unarmed combat, but because I have unarmed combat, it allows me to free up room for other skills, basically, because I don't have to worry about weapons, so I can do more XP. But it doesn't necessarily make sense, if that makes that makes sense. So, but I would very much recommend you play this. If you like what you see here, please buy this game, because it's awesome. It's on Steam. It's really cheap. Please go buy this. It's super cool. So that's my advertisement for this game. Currently still walking around. I still haven't seen the magical graffiti thing. I have been looking out for that, even though I wasn't necessarily paying that much attention. Okay, yeah, Build of Champions is a lot better. So the staff. So I started out with having a staff in this build, and I decided not to have it anymore because the staff skills, like magic is very important, but Egyptian magic essentially still makes it necessary for you to engage in melee combat. So I'd rather have it like how I do it now. This really sucks. There's a high chance I'm gonna die now.
Eat food to regain health.
Yeah. Glad how that went. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh well. The reason... Oh, here. Look, I get... Because I have these 4 glyphs active, I get an additional buff, the Unconquered Sun. The Unconquered Sun. Every time I use the Glyph of Denial, which goes along with this one as well. Basically allows for a lot, like a shit ton, even more mana regen. It makes me really good in combat because I get my health back like really quickly, which is a good thing. Contrary to popular belief, having a lot of HP is actually a good thing. So there we go. I don't have any shields in this build as well. I don't really like shields, even though they are technically good. But I tend, again, fuck, I didn't really pay attention. I tend to favor having doing a lot of damage over having a lot of resistance, because and it might technically be wrong, because I read somewhere online, if you ping them 1 damage at a time, they're still dying, even if it's only with 1 damage at a time, if they can't hit you, which is true. I will admit. Fuck, I have the storm on myself. But that is technically true. But I just like feeling really powerful. I like to feel like I'm just like this unstoppable juggernaut, just coming in, plowing face. That's how I have like fun. So I would prefer to play that way, and I like the fact that this game allows me to play that way. The reason I'm doing making such a point of
Your life force is running out.
Making such a point of having my glyphs running at this, like all at the same time, even if there isn't any enemies nearby, is because you just never know when you're going to run into enemies, and activating them costs a lot of mana, which if you are in combat is a bit is not something you want to concern yourself with too much. Okay, so this one, Shift 9. If I'm correct, I can use this on the robe. I can't. Fuck. Okay, because I thought I could use it on the robe to shoot it across the thing. Okay, so now I increased my mana and my mana regen, which I'm gonna do again next time I level up. After which, I'm not sure where I'm gonna go. I might go just increase my regular damage. That might be where I'm gonna go, or with suit up. It depends on how I'm doing in combat at that point in time. If I need to do more damage so I can kill them quicker, or if I feel very vulnerable. Put you in there. So, I'm gonna take a tiny quick break, and I'll see you next time.